So this is this. Okay, so these two things are obviously similar, right?
Yes.
It's asking you to find the height of the tree. So it's it's this side. What's it matching with?
1 meter.
1 meter, right? And you also know another pair of matching sides, which is 3.5 and 0.5, right?
Yep.
So you can have a ratio first, 3.5 to 0.5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this side, I'm doing large to small. On the bottom, I also have to do, let's call it X, large to small as well. So you have to do X to 1. And then you cross multiply.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then when you cross multiply and you finish, does that become the answer, whatever you get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is 24 matching with X?
Wait, no.
That's
16,
what you need to
16,
use.
yeah.
It's matching with 16, right? You just have to look at the angles to
Yeah.
find which ones are matching.
That's 24.
A building casts a shadow at the same time. All right, so what are you trying to find?
The height.
The height, right? So let's call it X. Do you have a ratio already?
The 9.0.75.
Yeah, so 9 to 0.75. That's the same ratio as what?
X.1.
X dot 1. And then you cross multiply using these.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Miss, can you explain question 10B, please?
1 second. Noel, can I move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
10B. So it wants to find Z. Okay. Can you see that it's actually two similar triangles overlapped?
Yep.
So one's on top of the other, right? For the small one, you have 9 and 3. You're given two sides.
Yep.
For the larger one, you have 7 and Z. Correct?
Yes.
So you have to realize that even though Z looks like it's separated into two parts, for the larger triangle, it's actually just one side.
Oh,
So
okay.
what's Z matching with?
9.
It's matching with 9. So you have a ratio of Z to 9. That's the same ratio as if I have another pair of matching sides.
Okay.
Right? Do I have that?
Yeah, you have 3 and 7.
You have 3 and 7. So you put them, actually. So here, see, why am I changing the ratio here? Why can I not put 3 under Z?
Pardon?
So I was gonna write 3 to 7 like this. Why is it incorrect? I know these sides are matching, but why can't I write 3 to 7?
Because 3 is smaller than 7, so you have to put 7 first.
Correct. So I should have 7 to 3 instead.
Okay.
Right? And then cross multiply.
Thank you.
Oh, good. So the length is 15. At the same time, a 1 meter beach umbrella casts a shadow. Okay, so we can think of just two right angle triangles, right?
Yeah.
Because the sun will come down like this. And you have two objects. Obviously, the lighthouse is the bigger triangle, right?
Yeah.
And it says the length of the shadow, which is the one on the ground, the horizontal line, this is 15 meters.
Yeah.
It also tells you at the same time a 1 meter beach umbrella. So if it's a 1 meter beach umbrella, I'm using this smaller triangle. Which side is 1 meter?
The height.
The height, right? So
yeah.
this is 1 meter. And then the shadow is 1.25. So on the bottom, that's 1.25 meters. So ask you what's the height of the lighthouse. Can't you just call this X?
Oh, because I didn't know that the height was 1 meter.
Oh, okay. So that's what you didn't figure out.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, good.
I know if it's the hypotenuse or the next one.
It says, so the hypotenuse in sunlight questions is always how the sun comes down. So the sun is going to be here. And its light is going to go this way.
So is the shadow The one.
The shadow
under the,
is, you only see the
92.
shadow on the ground, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the horizontal one.
Okay.
Whenever it says shadow, it's a horizontal line. There are obviously two similar triangles, first of all.
Is that, can I try it?
Yeah, try first.
Is it 3 to 12?
Okay, so 3 to 12.
And then x to 6.
X to 6, very good.
Um,
And then
Yeah.
cross multiply, right?
yeah, so then you do 12x
Hmm.
equals 18,
Yep.
and then over 12.
Divided by 12, x is 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
Okay, try y.
Now we do large. Is a 8 to y,
Yeah, a to y.
and then 12 to 3.
Is it 12 to 3?
3 to 12.
3 to 12, right? Because you're
Right,
still
yeah.
doing y is the smaller side, so it's 3 to 12.
Yeah.
And then you cross multiply, right?
And 8 times 12 is 3y
Cross
equals
multiply.
12y.
Cross multiply.
Oh, 12y.
Yeah, 12y.
12y equals 96.
No, it's 3 times 8.
What, miss?
24.
3 times 8. Are you looking at your own work here, or are you looking at a book?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you do cross multiply. It's 3 times 8, so 24. So y is 24 divided by 12.
So what? What is it?
Y is 24 divided by 12, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, I think it's because maybe on your paper you wrote it wrong.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
3.5 meter. Wait, isn't this the same question as the example? Yeah, it's exactly the same question.
Oh, okay. Do I
Do you want me to explain it, or do you want to try it first?
I'll try first.
You try first? Okay. Just make sure that you understand when it says the height of a ladder, it means the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think it is a bit tricky to understand here?
I think the second part where you said 7 to 3, I didn't get that.
Oh, okay. So I think I simplified the ratio there or something, but you didn't have to do it. So let's just use what we've been using throughout this whole exercise, yeah? You do understand that we're trying to find this part, yeah?
Yeah.
So this, let's call it x. What do we know here? We know that the support is placed 1.5 meters along this. So this is 1.5, right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is 3.5.
Okay.
And then once again, we have two similar triangles and they overlap at one angle.
Yeah.
Which side is matching with 1.5?
3.5.
3.5, right? So I think in the example, I just simplified this ratio. So I times both sides by 2.
Yeah.
But you didn't really have to do that when you solve this question. So once you have 1.5 to 3.5, this is equal to another pair of ratios, right? So 80 and x, they're matching. How do I place them under this ratio?
80 to x.
80 to x, however, wait, I just realized. Oh, actually, yeah, you can do it just like that. So 80 to x.
Yep.
And then you find how much it is.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I stopped a little bit because I realized the units are different.
Okay.
But then when you do ratio, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that at the end, because you did 80 centimeters to your x is definitely in the same unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh, good.
Miss, how did you do 13?
13. So tree on a vertical stick. Okay, so let's say this is the tree. A shadow is cast from the sun. So let's say the sun is here. So it casts a shadow onto the ground. And how tall is the tree? The tree is, oh, it doesn't really tell you that, but it tells you the shadow of the tree is 32 meters. So the horizontal line is 32 meters. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the shadow of the vertical stick. So this is the tree. There's also a vertical stick. So you draw two separate triangles. And then you know the vertical stick is 1 meter tall. And the shadow for it is 4 meters. It asks you, oh, I already did the first question. The first question asked me to draw two triangles. I already done that.
That's what I have to do.
And then it says, give a reason why the two triangles are similar. That's more like a science geography question. So you can say at the same time in the day, the sun's at the same height. So the shadow is going to be cast at the same angle.
So I just write the shadows, they cast it at the same angle.
Yeah, at the same time in the day.
Okay. And for C, find the height of the tree correct to the nearest meter. How do I do that?
So what do you think you would need to do? Which one are you trying to find, first of all?
The first one.
The first height, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is matching with which side? Let's call it X.
Meters.
Huh?
It's matching for. I do no, sorry. X is matching with 1.
Yeah, correct. So X is matching with 1. That's the first one. And then?
32 to 4.
Yeah, 32 to 4. And then cross multiply.
And then 4x equals 32.
Yep.
And then you divide it and it equals 8.
Yep, that's it. So 8 meters.